Good afternoon everybody and welcome to another video from Tall Travels. So today is absolutely perfect weather here in St Petersburg, so I thought it'd be a shame not to make a video. So yeah, it's about low 20s, barely a cloud in the sky, a few chemtrails maybe, and I'm here in this park in the center. I think it's called Nekrasova Park because there's a bloke there on the column and his name's Nekrasova, and the street going up here is called Nekrasova and it's a famous nightlife street. So I'm not sure who this dude Nekrasova is, but I'm guessing he's a poet or something like that. So yeah guys, I don't have many excuses for not making a video today. I got comfortable underwear and socks on. I've just had my lunch, so yeah, let's go and take a walk around the city. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. Could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. Let's go. Oh, check this out everybody. Shaman. Now, he's a famous pop star in Russia, and he's kind of promoting the Russian government, let's say. Obviously, he's got the tricolour on his armband. Now, I'm not gonna use a word that some people would use to describe him, but in the UK, when I was growing up, we had this musician called the Shaman. He's very popular, I think, in about the early 90s. There's a guy in a place, got a bit of sweet face, and he goes by the name of Ebenezer Good. His friends call him Eezer, and he's the main geezer. He's in a vibe up the place like no other man could. He's refined, he's sublime, he makes you feel fine, though very maligned and misunderstood. But if you know Eezer, he's a real crowd pleaser. He's ever so good, he's Ebenezer Good. Eezer Good, Eezer Good, he's Ebenezer Good.
His friends call him Eezer and he is the main geezer, and he vibe up the place like no other man could. He's refined, he's sublime, he makes you feel fine. They're very much maligned and misunderstood.
Alright everybody, so what's been going on in Russia these days? Well, a couple of weeks ago there was that coup d'etat attempt, of course. So yeah, that was a bit of a crazy 24 hours or whatever it was. So yeah, I was pretty relaxed through the whole thing, to be honest. I think some of the foreigners were ready to escape Russia, making their way to the borders or buying up flight tickets. But yeah, in these kind of serious situations, Tall Travels is always calm, you know. So I was waiting for the situation to get worse, and then maybe I would have made a move. So I was waiting for there to be shooting in Moscow, and then yeah, I would have fled to the Estonian border. So yeah, nobody knows really exactly what went on, you know. Many different theories. Wagner troops have, I think they started moving to Belarus, and some people say that there's a nefarious reason for that. Maybe they're gonna try and make a move on Ukraine from Belarus, who knows? So yeah, some people will say that the whole situation has weakened Putin's rule in Russia because it makes him look kind of not indestructible. But others will say that Russians united during this time, and you know, a lot of Russians are just glad that this uprising or coup d'etat, whatever you want to call it, was put down. Okay everybody, so moving into a little bit of a quieter area in St Petersburg now. It's pretty chaotic back there. Now, one of the things I love about St Petersburg is, although it's a huge, busy city, there are quiet areas in the historical center. I mean, this is kind of semi-quiet, but you know, you go to some places and there's no cars and it's silent and it feels like you're in a Russian town or village or something. And that's another comparison I make to Budapest, because as I may have said in a previous video, St Petersburg, for me, the closest city you can get to St Petersburg is probably Budapest. Yeah everybody, so like I said in a previous video, the more times I come to St Petersburg and the more time I spend in this wonderful city, the more I love it, and it, you know, it feels like home to me. But there's still like things that St Petersburg is revealing to me that I didn't notice when I first started coming here. One of the things is how tall people are in St Petersburg, and I don't like that very much, to be honest. I'm Tall Travels. I should be the tallest person in this city. How dare you be anywhere close to as tall as me? I mean, look at the bird over here. She's almost as tall as me. So, I don't like it. But you know, in this part of Europe, you have some very tall people, because you have, not far away, Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia, and those countries have some of the tallest people in the world. So what else have I noticed now about St Petersburg that I didn't realize before? Well, there's a lot of homeless people in this city, and that's something else that reminds me of Budapest. At least Budapest when I was spending more time there. I heard that it's been cleaned up a bit lately. But yeah, there seems to be a lot of homeless people in this city, but they're not dangerous, you know. A lot of the time they'll just ask you for some money or something. You can just tell them no, and that's it. But in other cities in Western Europe, you know, you got to be careful. They can be dangerous. They could needle you or something like that. Right, everybody, in St. Petersburg, electric scooters are very, very popular because it's a big city. So I suppose it's an efficient way to get around. But whenever I see people on their scooters, they're normally out of shape, overweight, gay or dorky. So I really don't get it, to be honest. And the price is almost the same price as a taxi, so what's the point? And also, I'm very tall, and when I go on one of these things, I'm kind of stooped over like this, you know, it's not good for my back. So if this was adjustable, it would be better. Or maybe it is. No, it's not, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm not a fan of these dorky scooters, let's say. Right, everybody, so I'm having problems with my camera these days. When I press the start button, or whatever you want to call it, it sometimes doesn't work. So I think that's a sign that I've been doing too many takes in the past, you know. I've been too fussy. I should have just let the camera run. So I might have to try and fix that somehow, if it's fixable. Now, we're in a park that I've been trying to gain access to, but unsuccessfully in the past because it was closed last time I came around here with you. Cameras in the park everywhere. It's a bit like a concentration camp in Russia sometimes with all these cameras. But, you know, as a Brit, I can't talk too much because I think the UK has more cameras per square mile than even Russia. But UK, Russia, I think they're in the top 3 of countries in the world for surveillance cameras. Okay guys, this park, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. Oh, what have we got over here? Ding dong! Russians aren't into sunbathing so much, and they don't like to walk or lie on the grass because they think it's they think grass in Russia's toilet for dogs. I think that's the same in a lot of other Eastern European countries, to be honest. Okay guys, what have we got here? Looks like some band area, bandstand. Probably have some concerts here in the summer. Quite a lot of people hanging around this afternoon. I mean, you've got jobs to go to. Oh, I tell you what, everybody, I was a bit distracted by that tanned bottom back there. I'm finding it hard to concentrate. Let's see what else we can find through here. Oops. I'm not going to walk through the rose garden. I'll get hung, drawn and quartered. Let's go around this way. There we go, got some blokes playing some game here, I don't know what. Some ball. Are they trying to get it in the goal or what? Doesn't look very difficult, does it? Throwing a ball into a circle. Ah, I think it bounces off the net. Okay, I get it. Got some babushkas here, letting it all hang out. You see what I mean about Russia, everybody? They're not much into grass. This is made of exclusively weeds. Never been to this part before, guys. It's very nice, apart from the non-grass, of course. I tell you what, I don't know why I'm talking to you lot. I should be back there talking to the girl with the suntan. And there we got some abandoned building. Not sure anything lives in there. I tell you what, everybody, I love these little birds, little sparrows or whatever they are. They have a lot of them in Eastern Europe and they're kind of hanging around at ground level. So if Tall Travels has a chance to be reincarnated, I would like to be reincarnated as one of these little sparrows. Whoa. So everyone, there's a lot of abandoned buildings around here. There's an abandoned building back there a bit, and there's another one there. I don't know what they could have been in the past. Maybe something to do with the park bandstands or something like that. Wow, everybody, if you look at the front there, there's some big cage. I wonder what that is. And inside, you probably can't make that out. I can't zoom on this camera, but there's a Soviet era mural inside. It could have something to do with over there's a botanic garden, so maybe these were some old parts of the botanic garden that they shut down. Let's have a little peek through there. Interesting, interesting. Okay, everybody, I'm not sure what that building is, but I think it's something police related, because you saw the razor wire there, and there's a sign saying something about a border and post or something. I don't know. I don't want to get myself into some mischief. So everyone, this is outside of that big building. It's not giving any clues, is it, as to what it might be? Let's have a little peek through the window. And nothing. Maybe we'll get a better idea down here somewhere. Okay, everybody, so yeah, here we have the Botanic Gardens. Now, I've been here once before, so I'm not going to take you inside. And also, when I went in here, I went in with ladies, which is absolutely acceptable. But as I said in a previous video, going into Botanic Gardens on your own is a bit puffy. You may as well take one of these flowers here, stick it in your hair, then bend over. A lot of these advertisements around everybody for the army, 695,000 rubles that is. So what's that in pounds, shillings and pence? Right, you might not be able to make that out, but right down the end of the street there is Smolny Cathedral. So we can have a little blah 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 while we're on the way. So what else am I going to talk about? Okay guys, I'm having problems with my camera. Not only is the button not working properly, but it stops recording for some reason. So every now and again I'm going to turn the camera like this, and that's just to check the display on the side of the camera and make sure it's still ticking away. So I'm not sure how much of what I just said back there is actually being recorded. So I want to talk about prices in Russia, okay? You remember when I came here at the end of August last year and I was saying how expensive it was getting. At that time it was 60 rubles for £1 approximately. So yeah, if you remember from that video, I was looking around in town for the cheapest coffee. But now it's a totally different story. So I checked the rate earlier today, and yeah, it's 117 rubles for £1 British, Just check the camera again. So yeah, 120 rubles for £1 British. So things are getting markedly cheaper here for foreigners. Okay guys, so it turned itself off again there. So try and pick up approximately where I left off on. So it's getting, oh, this bloody fence has just been painted. Yeah, so it's getting a lot cheaper here, and you're going to notice it. You know, if you're coming here with some major currency, pound, euro, dollar, Swiss franc, something like that. So yeah, in the supermarkets it's getting really pretty cheap. You can buy a big pack of meat for, I don't know, 250 rubles. Eggs are really cheap here, probably the cheapest in the world. You can get a pack of 10 eggs for like 70, 80 rubles. I don't know if they're free range or whatever. I can't read free range in Russian, but who gives a shit at that price? Right, we got a lot of communist style buildings down here. The Shaman across the other side of the road there again. The Russian government, they love the Shaman. Oh, there we go, everybody. There's advertisement for Russian McDonald's. And look how cheap it is. Get all those chicken nuggets from 69 rubles. About 50 pence, or some strips. 115 rubles. And as you might have seen in one of my YouTube shorts, they do ice cream cones for 39 rubles, and they're big ones too. Wow, everybody, I just saw a guy in a military uniform. There he is, look, you can see his head on top of the roof. I wonder what he's up to. Maybe they got a drone defense system up there. Who's this bloke then? Dzerzhinsky. Oh yeah, Dzerzhinsky, of course. I can't remember who he is. Anyway, so guys, we're going to get out of this kind of area of communist buildings soon, and we'll get to the nice stuff. There it is. What a magnificent cathedral, the Smolny Cathedral. Some other beautiful buildings in this area. Not these ones. Well, they're kind of nice. Those communist ones there, look, they got their communist star. Now everybody, I've got something very embarrassing to admit. I did not know about this area and the Smolny Cathedral until a couple of days ago. I went out for a run and I decided to go one way instead of the other, and then I was like, bloody hell, why didn't I come to this area before? So yeah, we're kind of exploring together now, new things together. I love the smell of fresh tarmac on a sunny afternoon. Let's see if I can cross here without being run over. I hate pedestrian crossings in Russia. The traffic, it's not a pedestrian friendly place, Russia, really. And they're trying to run you over. Oh, I've got an H there. KFC bucket, 169 rubles, bargain. Let's not talk about KFC, for Christ's sake. Look at this guy, for fuck's sake. Wants to fucking kill me. Pardon my French. Sorry, French. No, I'm not. Oh look, the Shaman again. Bloody hell, he's everywhere. He looks like some evil kid. Like that one out of Game of Thrones, you know, Joffrey. Tourist office, I love it how they've got it in English despite there being almost zero English speaking tourists here. They've got a babushka behind the desk. I'm sure she doesn't speak English. Look at this, everybody. Bloody hell. This is the first time I've been here. Oh, we got some dressed up people here for some reason. Right, everybody. I've just checked my camera and it wasn't filming, and I don't know how long it wasn't filming for. So this is mega disappointing. So I'm just gonna record this scene again and then edit afterwards and hope I've got almost everything. So guys, look at this, absolutely outstanding. Lots of very smartly dressed young people here, maybe celebrating graduation or something like that. Look at this, everybody, fantastic. Have you got something like this in your city? Probably not. Let's go and see what's going on. Got a big bell there in front as well. Yeah, we got some girls over there holding what looks like graduation books. Well done, ladies. Now it's time for you to find a good man and get married. Now everybody, this is actually the Smolny Monastery. So it was built to house Elizabeth, the daughter of Peter the Great. After she was disallowed succession to the throne, she opted to become a nun. However, her imperial predecessor, Ivan VI, was overthrown during a coup d'etat in 1741 by the royal guard. So Elizabeth decided against entering monastic life and accepted the offer of the Russian throne. Work on the convent continued with her royal patronage. So the cathedral is the centerpiece of the convent, built by Rastrelli between 1748 and 1764. The projected bell tower was to become the tallest building in St Petersburg, and at the time all of Russia. Elizabeth's death in 1762 prevented Rastrelli from completing his grand design. Wow, everybody, there's more over here. You see what I mean about tall dudes in St Petersburg? Unacceptable. This is something else, guys. Look at these trees as well. They must be at least 100 years old. I don't know what's inside here. We'll go and have a look in the main part of the monastery in just a tick. What an amazing city, ladies and gentlemen. St. Petersburg, one of the most beautiful cities in the whole world. Now I doubt we're going to be able to film inside the cathedral, but let's see. There he is again, lanky boy. There we have it. An old bell. Not quite sure how old it is, but probably been here since the beginning, 18th century. Oh-ho. There we go. More people graduating. Okay guys, so I'm not sure how much you got of my last scene because camera's giving me problems again. Okay, just checking it's working. So I was talking about tourism in Russia. A lot of Russian people are coming to St Petersburg, which is great for St Petersburg because they can't go to any other countries, or they can, but it's difficult, expensive flights, Schengen visa restrictions, and the ruble's getting a lot weaker. But for people coming to Russia, and it's quite attractive at the moment, so I'm seeing 0 Western tourists here, but I am seeing Indians, Chinese, Middle Eastern, so yeah, Russia's becoming very popular for them. And you know, there's more and more flights now to these parts of the world, so you can fly direct from India, United Arab Emirates, China. Oh, I tell you what, people, I'm literally getting sunstroke. That's the problem when you're walking around these more Soviet parts of Russia. Everything's so spread out and there's not like little shops everywhere. So yeah, I've been blabbing so much that I've dehydrated myself and I don't know where to get a drink. I mean, you should be able to buy a drink in a monastery, for Christ's sake, not just candles. So I'm going to walk in the shade as much as possible and find some refreshment somewhere. So these roses smell nice. Now, my long COVID still hasn't changed. I still only have about 30% of my smell. That Smolny Cathedral area is supposed to be a tourist area, for Christ's sake. You can't even buy a bottle of water. Just can't see anything up here. Not, you know, there should be some enterprising individual in the park selling ice cream or water or something. Don't know why that traffic light says I. You can cross the road now. Right guys, I managed to find myself a cool beverage at last. Now this stuff is called mors, and you don't get it in other countries, I don't believe. Maybe they have the equivalent in some countries, but basically it's a fruit drink and there's a lot of fruit in it. And it's absolutely delicious. I don't know what it is, like pressed fruit maybe. They probably put sugar in there as well. It tastes too good to not have added sugar. Round the back of the monastery now. So yeah, lovely little park here. So this is where I came a couple of nights ago when I was jogging and I came upon this area. Well, that brings it home, everybody. Don't know if you can see behind me, but there's a soldier in his Z military uniform, and he's sitting down and he's got some crutches, so he's obviously come back from Ukraine in a poor state, injured, but at least he came back alive. Oh, so I'm starting to feel a little bit better after my morse. Another very grand building over here, and lots of black cars and men in suits, so it could be a wedding. I think that's a statue of Lenin in the front garden of that building. That's it, don't you stop, arsehole. Every single car is black. What's going on? Maybe it's a funeral. Right, everybody, I'm pretty knackered. You underestimate how much you walk when you're filming, because you're talking to the camera a lot. So I'm going to try and find the bus to the center. Luckily I've got 2 Gs. You see that up there? 2 Gs. It's a map for Russia. You can use it in other countries as well. These are the buses in St Petersburg, everybody. Very modern, nice air conditioning, very pleasant. Oh, and I think the buses are completely cashless here, so you can only use card. And of course it has to be a Russian issued bank card. There we can see the fare, 65 rubles. Or if you're a naughty boy and you get caught, a 500 ruble fine. Oh, I had to get off that bus, everybody. It's going very, very slowly. And also you have to give up your seat when a babushka comes on the bus, and there's many babushkas around. There's a Skuratov coffee shop on the other side of the street there. That's where I left my bum bag a few months ago, stuffed with cash and 2 passports, and thank God I got it back. So yeah, guys, we're back on the nightlife street, Nekrasova Street. There's loads of hipster bars down here, and not really my cup of tea, to be honest. Loads of people in pajamas and dreadlocks, trying very hard to be the counterculture, but in reality they all look alike. Now, this park, briefly featured in one of my previous videos. It's a nice little park because all the alcoholics hang around here in the evening, and also just normal people that want to sit in the park and have a beer or something like that. I quite like to do that now, to be honest, but it's only 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and if I have a beer in the afternoon I'll fall asleep pretty soon. Look at this, everybody. It's a big construction site, and we've got these old wagons outside, and these will be the accommodation for the construction workers. Not very pleasant, but not very far to travel to work. Now, everybody, you quite often see in St Petersburg advertising signs on lampposts and drain pipes and stuff like that, always up pretty high. And the reason for that is they're prostitute, they're advertisements for prostitutes, and they quite often get taken down. Now, everybody, about the same time as a famous YouTuber became persona non grata in Russia, the prostitution industry in St Petersburg fell on hard times. This in turn caused an economic collapse in Tajikistan because all those Tajik hookers couldn't send money home. These Tajik working girls were very upset when this certain bold celebrity was barred from the country because they really loved him. But I mean, who wouldn't love a customer that lasts only for 2 minutes then falls asleep? Now we got some very Soviet building here. I think it's a concert hall. You can see some of the people going to be playing. Some Kino tribute band. Some lovely ladies there. Hello. Hello. So yeah, look at that. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted now. Look at that lovely Soviet mural there. Yeah, it's a fantastic Soviet mural. Never seen one like it before in my life. Okay guys, I'm getting very upset with my camera now. I think it's end of days for this camera, maybe for my channel, who knows. So yeah, I don't know, maybe I can get this camera fixed, because if I buy a new one it's going to be very expensive. So anyway, hopefully I'm going to knock out another video in the next few days, but till then I'll see you later.